Hello, I'm Tom, and I'm here to help you speak English more naturally. I will speak slowly and clearly so you can follow along and repeat after me. In today's episode, we're going to talk about 3 tips on how to study effectively. Let me tell you a little story from my life. A few years ago, I decided to go back to school. I wanted to study something new, something exciting. So I joined a part-time course about human health and the brain. It was a lot of fun, but it was also very difficult. There were so many new words to learn: cells, neurons, memory, cortex, hippocampus. I was excited but also a little scared. I remember one evening very clearly. I was sitting at my desk. My books were open, my notes were everywhere, and I had a big cup of coffee next to me. But my brain felt tired. I was reading and reading, but I couldn't remember anything the next day. I thought, why can't I remember? I'm studying so much. Then I found something that changed the way I study. 3 simple techniques that really helped me. Today, I want to share them with you. These tips helped me, and I believe they can help you too. In school, at work, and even in learning English. Let's start with the first one. Test yourself. Yes, that's right. Don't just read the book again and again. Instead, ask yourself questions. Use flashcards or take small quizzes. For example, if you are learning new English words, write them on one side of a card and write the meaning on the other side. Try to remember the meaning before you look. When you test yourself like this, your brain is working hard. It's trying to retrieve the information. That helps make your memory stronger. Even if you make mistakes, that's okay. Mistakes help your brain learn better. When you see the correct answer after a mistake, your brain connects the new answer with what you already know. Now, let's go to the second tip. Mix your subjects. This means you don't study only one thing for a long time. You can study grammar for 15 minutes, then vocabulary for 15 minutes, and listening for 15 minutes. This method is called interleaving. It sounds simple, but it's very powerful. When you change topics, your brain needs to switch gears. It forgets, then remembers again. And that process, forgetting and remembering, helps your brain become stronger. It's like lifting weights for your brain. When I was studying the human body, I tried this. I would study the heart, then move to the brain, then maybe study the lungs. It was hard at first, but after a few days I started remembering more. And when I saw the topics again later, I could understand them more clearly. You also begin to see the differences and connections between ideas. And now, the third tip. Don't study everything at once. Space your learning. In the past, I used to study for 5 hours a day before the test. That's called cramming. It felt good at the time. I felt like I knew everything. But 2 days later, I forgot most of it. Then I learned something important. Your brain needs rest to store information. It stores new memories during sleep, not while you're reading. So it's better to study a little bit each day than everything in one night. One group of medical students learned this in a very real way. They were learning how to do a surgery. One group studied for one long day. The other group studied for the same amount of time, but over 4 weeks. Who did better? The second group, the ones who spaced their practice. Their brains had time to remember, organize, and connect the information. That made their learning stronger and more useful. So, if you are learning English, don't try to learn everything at once. Do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, and a little more next week. Your brain will thank you. let's take a few minutes to understand some important words from today's episode. I will explain each word in a simple way and give you a clear example. You can listen, repeat, and try to use these words in your daily English practice. Memory, meaning the ability to remember things in your mind. Example, I have a good memory for names. I never forget a face. Test yourself, meaning to check what you know by asking questions or trying to remember something. Example, I test myself with flashcards every night before bed. Flashcards, meaning small cards with a question on one side and the answer on the other. Example, I use flashcards to study new English words. Mistake, meaning something you do wrong. Example, I made a mistake, but I learned from it. Mix your subjects, meaning to study different topics one after the other. Example, I mixed grammar and vocabulary during my study time. Interleaving listening, a learning method where you mix different types of content. Example, interleaving helps me learn better because I don't get bored. Cramming, meaning to study a lot in a short time, usually before an exam. Example, I used to cram before tests, but I don't do that anymore. Spacing, meaning studying a little bit over time, not all at once. Example, I space my study across the week, 20 minutes every day. Retrieve, meaning to bring something back from your memory. Example, when I try to remember a new word, I am retrieving it from my brain. Store information, meaning to keep something in your memory or your brain. Example, I sleep early to help my brain store new vocabulary. And now, let's end today's episode. So, my friend, what did we learn today? We learned that studying is not just about how long you study, it's about how you study. First, test yourself often. Second, mix your subjects during study time. And third, give your brain time to rest. Space your study across many days. These tips helped me when I was a student, and they can help you too. You are smart, you are strong, and every day your brain is learning more. Be patient. Be kind to yourself. And remember, learning is a journey, not a race.